Good afternoon on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. It's Ginny Lindsay from 2 to 3 Relationship Counselling based in Crow's Nest, and I'm at work today doing some beautiful work with my clients. And one of the things I was talking to you about the other day was actually how to be a great listener. And I wanted to follow that up with how to listen to anger, because that's one of the emotions that a lot of people find it very difficult to be able to stay in tune with. So the first thing, as what we're going to do that we discussed before, was really how to prepare yourself in the first place. So the ways to be able to do that are actually really, really important. Okay, so we want to shift the focus away from ourselves and try and be able to therefore be present for the other person. The focus now becomes on the other person and trying to understand them. Okay, so we're going to tune into the other person's world, and we are going to not give any advice, or we're not going to try and fix anything. And even if we don't necessarily agree with the feelings that we're hearing on the other side. So it's about being interested and becoming curious, and about opening up the other person with lots of open-ended questions. So when it comes to therefore listening to anger, this is an emotion that a lot of people feel very uncomfortable with. And when we feel ourselves listening to an emotion we're ourselves not comfortable with, we tend to always then want to shut down and often go into attack or into defense. And so when we do that, the other person therefore doesn't feel heard or validated. And you'll probably notice that most things either withdraw, escalate, but the problem is not resolved. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to rush into an apology and just jump in and say, sorry, until we understand. This is the key, understanding the anger, because anger is composed of two parts. The first is a goal, and the second part is what is actually blocking the goal. Okay, so when someone's angry, there's usually a goal that they're wanting to get across, and then there's something that's blocking the goal. So if we think about what our aim is our aim is therefore is what is the goal, to try and become curious and unpack that, and also what is preventing them from actually getting that goal. So to do that, what we need to do is therefore ask lots of open-ended questions. And one of them is, what is concerning you the most? What's happened recently that's actually made you so upset and so angry? What do you need? And the fourth one is, what could I possibly do to help the situation? The key is to avoid getting angry back, to avoid getting into defense. And it's more, I want to understand you. Please tell me what you're so angry about, because then I can try and understand the situation. And by doing that, the person is going to feel that you're still walking with them. They'll usually their temperature will start to drop a bit, but also what we thought the anger was about, we're actually going to start to learn about a lot ourselves. If the anger is about yourself, like they're angry actually at you, then that can be a bit trickier, but it is being able to actually go, okay, so I need to now look at myself, and maybe the opposite of defense, or the antidote of defense, is to take some personal responsibility for a part that I may have played. So if you can step forward with taking a little bit of responsibility, but do not go into defense and do not go into counter attacking, because you won't get anywhere. So if you take it seriously, you take them seriously, even if you don't agree with it. It's about trying to understand the other and where they're coming from. You'll often find that then you're holding a reality that then the two of you are actually able to really talk about and come to a compromise or an understanding, but at least you don't get into gridlock and neither of you feel heard or validated or understood. So this is just some tips on actually how to deal with listening to anger. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday. It's a beautiful day out there, and I hope these tips help you if you get into any situations where you find that you need some help to get out of those tricky situations. So have a great day.